Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Hartford, Connecticut is where George is hanging out. George, how can we help?
Hey, how you doing, Ken and Rachel? I consider me and my wife right now pretty well off. But however, with the economy in today's stage, I'm being a very frugal person, or someone call it being cheap. My wife is the kind of person where she would prefer to take a big vacation every year. When I say big vacation, we're talking about probably like $6,000-$7,000. And I'm the kind of person, I can go 10, 15 years without taking a vacation, right? So, and I just want to know, in my financial state right now, should I be able to, or should I be a little loose with my my money, or should I keep the way I have been doing it?
Sure. Okay, a couple quick questions for us.
Opinion.
So,
yes.
Yeah, so you said you guys are well off. What does that mean? Give us your financial picture.
Okay, so I wrote down some of the numbers. So right now we have a combined income of $210,000. Mind you, that's in Connecticut. And we have a combine of retirement saving that's between 401k and Roth IRA between the two of us of $315,000. I also have a $10,000 529 educational saving account for my children.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
How much do you guys make a year?
210 between the two.
Oh, I'm
of us.
sorry.
Yeah.
I did write that down. I apologize.
So you've been doing these $6,000 to $7,000 summer vacations, yes, or she wants to start doing them?
So we did one last year, and I'll be honest with you, I'm absolutely hooked. Right, I want to go back, but then I wake up from reality, like, oh, I can't do this. I need to keep saving my money because
George,
eventually we want to buy a bigger house. And
what do you guys owe on your current house?
I owe $110,000.
Okay, and what other debt do you have?
I have zero debt.
Okay, what kind of money do you guys have saved that's non-retirement?
I have $60,000 in CD right now, and I have $25,000 cash in my bank right now.
Okay.
How long does it take you to save up for the $6,000 to $7,000 vacation that you said you could do without, but now you're hooked? George, how long does it take you to save up to $7,000? You're a budget guy, man. You're all over it.
Yeah.
How long?
So if I want to save it, if I put all my mind and effort to it, I can save up, in maybe 3 months.
Right. And what's the benefit, George, of taking your wife and the kids on the $6,000 to $7,000 vacation that, by the way, you're hooked on?
Well, so the thing is, right, I'm no problem taking it, but what if, right? There's a lot of what if.
You didn't answer
George.
my question. What are the benefits of taking your wife and kids on this $6,000 to $7,000 vacation that you can easily cash flow and save up for in a 3-month period? What are the benefits?
Happy wife, happy life.
Okay, great. Not to mention, you said you were hooked on it, George. It's good. It's good for everybody. Now, take me to the worst case scenario that this $6,000 to $7,000, and I want to stay with this number, Rachel, because that's the number you've given us, George. Give me the thing that you're so worried about happening, where the $6,000 to $7,000 you're spending on the vacay puts you in a bad spot.
Well, like I'm trying to say, right? I'm currently we are saving to buy a bigger house, right? We are trying to actually move to a different state to, buy a bigger and nicer, much nicer house. Mm-hmm. And,
what's your goal?
I want to make sure I haven't.
What's your goal? So you're not answering my question, George. You're like a politician on a Sunday morning show, so I'm going to act like the host.
Oh my gosh.
So listen, I'm trying to get you somewhere, okay? So how much are you trying to save every year to get into the new house? What's the goal? Because I know you know it. What is it?
I want to save somewhere between $40,000 to $50,000 every year.
All right. So, am I understanding that you want to save $40,000 to $50,000 every year? Am I understanding that you can't hit that number, 40 being the low number, because you're spending 6 to 7 on the vacation?
Oh man, this is not the result I was hoping for.
What it means is I got you, because what I think I hear you say is you can save the 40 to 50 a year and cash flow the vacation. Am I right, George?
Aloha, George. Go.
Wow, wow, wow.
my wife
George.
standing next to me.
Good. Tell her. What's her name? What's her name?
Is she listening?
She is.
What's her name?
On the other. Mary.
Mary, you're going on vacation.
Mary! Rachel and Ken say you are going on vacation every year.
I was hoping that you guys are gonna take my side and be like, yeah, you should do, every 5 years.
George, we
Listen.
actually did take your side.
You can do both, is what Ken's saying.
Yeah, you get to go on vacation.
And also, George, and here's the thing. Okay. And I think I could get a little bit more on George's side. I could empathize with you a little bit more if, George, you're like, hey, here's our goal, here's this, we could be in 2 years earlier, and she really wants this, she wants both, we're trying to really reconcile, The main reason you said to Ken when he first asked you is why, he says, what if something happens, what if the world goes, and it's like, that hasn't happened, George. You're living in a fear that has not happened.
Yeah.
If that's the reality, then we will change it, and we probably won't go on the $6,000 to $7,000 trip that year because the world has collapsed.
No, if the world's going to hell in a handbasket, I'm going on vacation. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be on the beach when it all goes down. All right? That's how I'm rolling.
George, if the worst case scenario happens, pulling back your lifestyle may be a reality. And that's what a lot of people find. You guys have gotten out of debt. You have your emergency fund. You make a great income. You have savings and retire. You're doing everything right. And you have the ability. There is margin there for you guys to enjoy your life, George. You have to enjoy your life.
Mary, is Mary right there? George, is Mary still there?
No, she actually just left went to a meeting. But,
I was going to ask Mary where you guys are going this year.
Actually, we're going to Cancun, Mexico last year, and then I'm just absolutely hooked. One thing I want to say is I think what it is the lifestyle I grew up with. Right, I grew up poor.
That's right. That's right.
Right. In my family, I never went on vacation. In fact, we barely left the state at all. Right. So I still buy my clothes from Goodwill if I buy clothes. Right. And
I'm going to take you on a shopping trip, George. You and me, pal.
Yeah,
J. Crew. It's going to be great.
I know, but that's a legitimate thing, George. We do find that.
You talk about that. You wrote a book about money styles.
Yes. Know yourself, know your money. And you go back to childhood. So much of how we're shaped, our fears, our dreams, all of that is because of the emotional state or the true financial state of our household growing up. So it's very real, that fear, but it's not reality, George. So you're not that little boy anymore living in that scenario. You're a grown man who's done really well with your family, and that's the state you have to live in.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.